Beloveds, do you hear that? That's air conditioning. It is so crazy how quickly my body adapted to the heat out there because once I did kick the air on in here and kept it around 74, 75, it felt cold. But that's not the only thing that changed in me. So much changed. I'm going to try and find the words. I will definitely find the words by the time the book comes out. I will have found them, but I'm going to try and express this to you because it is such a profound realization that I have had over the last couple of days. And I was talking to my girl Amy about it this morning, trying to put it into words. I don't ever want to live in a permanent state of abundance again. Having access to whatever food I'm craving, to wine, to unlimited water, unlimited energy, has been great. I don't want to get complacent again because living in that state of deprivation, for instance, with the water, knowing that I had maybe 4 or 5 days of water left, instead of running the water over my body to wash my body, I was able to wet my exfoliating gloves, get the gloves wet and soapy and scrub my body clean everywhere, and then get the gloves wet again and rinse the soap off my body and barely use a cup or two of water, and my whole body was completely clean for like 5 minutes until I walked outside and the dust blew on it again. But that's a whole new story. But so I learned to adapt and to live without it. Having an abundance of water and being able to run the water to wash my body or wash the dishes. Um, I don't want to get comfortable doing that because I don't need to. I realized how little I actually needed. The luxury of being able to fill a sink with hot water, which I didn't have for 70 days, fill the sink with hot water and submerge my hands in the water and wash the dishes. It's a luxury. It is such a blessing. Um, Snacks. If I wanted to eat a meal out there, I had to prepare it from the organic ingredients, dehydrated. Almost everything's dehydrated out there because you can't carry fresh stuff. It will be gone in 2 weeks. So having to go through all of the work and the effort to prepare a snack or a meal, you appreciate it so much more than like I'm a stress eater, so I get stressed and I grab a cookie. Speaking of cookies, I'll come back to that. But having to prepare it, I didn't eat as many snacks. I didn't eat out of stress. I didn't drink out of stress, obviously, because I was out of wine. So being able to do all those things now, everything is in a different perspective in my life. That one cookie is so appreciated and enjoyed and recognized as an indulgence. Now, going back to the actual cookie, the things that I really craved out there, like I craved pizza, I craved cookies, just, like snack foods. There it is, snack foods. I was craving the carby, snacky stuff. The first cookie that I put in my mouth, and it was a really nice cookie, but all I could taste was the chemicals in it. The pizza, all I could taste was the processed sauce and the flavorless dough and the chemicals and the pepperoni. My taste buds changed. My taste buds adapted to a natural diet. Uh, Now that I'm at the RV park, people walk past me and I can smell the soap on their bodies. It's so weird how my body returned to this state of natural existence. And unnatural smells and tastes are very prominent, very unpleasant. I don't know how else to put it. So I intend to remain in somewhat of a state of deprivation, not keeping the chemical processed foods around, but allowing myself to indulge and enjoy them, occasionally as treats. I'm going to use water from my tank instead of hooking up to water, for periods of time, so that I feel that sense of a limited amount of water and don't continue to overuse and overuse until that becomes the norm again. I don't want to go back to that. I want to continue to live a minimal life, a sustainable life, to eat better foods for my body, and like I said, not deprive myself all the time, but enjoy them as they were intended, as maybe a treat, which wasn't so much of a treat when I tasted the chemicals. And it's so weird. I'm really going through this adjustment period, adjusting to abundance again. The things I had an abundance of were like peace and serenity, despite being in survival mode the whole time I was out there. I had an abundance of nature and scenery and quiet and like sound baths from the birds. I could tell immediately if there was something not right outside because the birds would alarm. And most of the time it was this thing. She was setting off their alarms. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just in this place of I have everything that I was missing and wanted, and um, it's really nice to have the air conditioning, but I know I can live without it. It's really nice to have enough water to just wash myself and the dishes, but I prefer to continue to live in a state of slight deprivation so that I continue to conserve, most importantly, but continue to appreciate. And I am so appreciating every little thing right now. Um, anyway, so I think that's going to end up being probably the most profound thing that happened to me out there. And I really hope I'm able to hang on to this sense of what I really need and just providing that. Anyway, random thoughts for the day. This is happening. I'm adapting to the human world again. Overwhelming.